society, to work with the students, the young generations, to work with the business, and to work with our academic colleagues. This is the intention, but on the other side, is being part of a family. Having this cultural exchange is, I think, one of the most important outputs of this project. For the students at your existence here, I want to say, also, like Professor Juki said, try to be part of this kind of international clubs, projects, whatever it is. Because later you will get a lot of experience, cultural and knowledge base, and you will have a lot of benefits of it. This is very important for your future. I also recommend, like Professor Juki said, that you will be a part of those kind of activities. For our side, as Dr. Viga already mentioned, we are the most biggest district. We are located in the most biggest district of Istanbul. Istanbul itself is a huge location, is a metropole, everybody knows, more than 20 million people. So it's a crowd more some countries, more than some countries. But we can say Esenyurt is more crowded than many cities in Turkey. It's very big. And the second, maybe, specific situation for Esenyurt I should mention is very international. We had a visitor from municipality, Esenyurt municipality, and he mentioned 140 different countries are represented in Esenyurt. So it's really, really multinational area, and it's getting crowded. We have a university, actually, or unfortunately, we don't have a big campus, but we have a high building with 15 floors, and we have some extension facilities. We have 8,000 students now, and as much as I know, my colleagues can help me, we have more than 1,000 now, or around 1,000 foreign students. And the number is getting increased. For us, that was the first project of our university. First European project. Okay, we had this Erasmus mobility agreements, our teachers, instructors had trips abroad, and we had visitors. For the students the same, but the project was the first one. And actually, in the history, because today I want a little bit explain the history of the project, that was my intention. Actually, in the beginning, as the project came, nobody didn't understand what we have to do with this project. The project were hanging somewhere. And later, Dr. Viga discovered the project and wrote to our faculty. We are email. So, our faculty, Business Administration and Management Sciences faculty. That time, our dean, later I will explain about his background. Professor Dalai was our dean, and he built up a team. And mainly, academicians with business management, economy, finance, these backgrounds. Our faculty has a very specific status. Most of the academics at our faculty are coming from business. They are retired and started as academics, or they are working and they are academics. So this is not everywhere to find, because we explain this to the students, what we experience directly at work, the practice, real life, real business. And that was the first negotiation or discussion, let's say, with Professor Lacan. Because in the first meeting, managerial meeting, the Turkish people has a general problem. What is this? We can't travel so easy. We need visa. So for the first managerial meeting, this is why I am telling this, you have to understand other people. For the young students, I am explaining this. For the first meeting, only the academics who can travel at the trip to Bulgaria, to Chiflik, I think, that. And or rector, accompanied. Or rector is coming from another world. She had that time no knowledge about this specific topics. Two other colleagues, they also didn't have any knowledge. And that time, it was an important meeting because the topics for the first book are selected. Who will write which one? And our colleagues also selected or said yes for a topic. After we got the information, we saw it's not our topic. We can't handle this. So the only solution was a discussion with the project leader. Can we change it or not? Immediately we organized a meeting. Thanks to Professor Zakarev, he said, okay, yes, and we had a Zoom meeting. Okay, Dr. Vika accompanied me. Okay, first introduction to each other, etc. And the second thing, I think I asked directly, can we change our topic? That was.
Make a business deal. Turkish chapters will be written by Bulgarians and vice versa.
Yeah.
And Margaret
against,
no.
against
Against
resistance of the Margarita, Professor Zakarev or more, let's say, had more understanding and helped us, so we changed the topics. So this is very important. I wanted a little bit explain history. Then we were motivated because the topic was exactly our. I mentioned our colleagues, including myself, we are coming from business. Now I will explain who is coming from which area, etc. So that was exactly right area for us. It was branch-specific knowledge work about different industries. So now I started. When we start with that. Yes. Okay, as you see, we have all things there. We have a conference. Actually, I wanted to insert a video. It was about the Turkish march of Mozart, but it didn't work. I don't know because of internet, but let's say. So, I would like to start with our managerial stuff. Professor Dr. Ismail Dalay is the our project manager, and that time he was our dean. Very experienced person. He worked at different universities, state universities. He was co-founder one of the state universities. Also a lot of experience abroad in Baku, Azerbaijan, also in the United States, etc. So very experienced person. And his area is management organization. Me, myself, I'm project coordinator. Actually, that was also in the beginning a little bit with changes, but I think after that I became the project coordinator. Myself, I'm coming actually from electrotechnical side. I worked 20 years for Siemens company. I think everybody knows it. In Turkey and also abroad. I was at the headquarters of Siemens, responsible for 16 countries. I managed a business of 600 billion euro with these countries. It was about low voltage switchgears. So Siemens is a company, for you it's an important information. You don't work very long at the same place. You know, you have the possibility. For example, I started as technical planner at the factory. Then I moved to the sales department. Before that, I think I made 1 year quality management. Then I moved to sales. Distributor, wholesaler, Turkey is very, let's say, experienced in this area. We know how to handle distributors, wholesalers, etc. And I worked with the wholesalers in Turkey. Then they made me the head of distributors in Europe. They put me to Erlangen, Germany. It's in Bavaria. I stayed there 4 years, then I came back. I became head of audit department, inspections, audits. And then I became general manager of a Siemens company, 8 years ago. And then I became an academic. It's very interesting. So, okay, next year it will be my 10th year in academics. So I can say, according or compared to Professor Zakarev, I'm a rookie academic. I can say. But now I have the possibility to bring this information I got from the industry, I got from the business to the students easily. I'm not reading just the books and giving them the theory. I try to give them what is actually in the reality practice. How you're gonna practice it. This is so much about me. I'm head of the Department of Business Administration. We work with Dr. Viga together. So we have Merve Sevit Sakar. She's our secretary of the project for some letters or for some secretarial issues. She's responsible.
From Erasmus department.
Yes, she is also responsible for the Erasmus department. So the mobility agreements for the students, teachers coming and going. And Elif Nurettin, she's a research assistant. She is responsible for accounting. Okay, now I want also a little bit talk about our books. And the first book that I gave, I would like to mention it, reference book on circular economy for teachers. Okay, I said it was very time specific, and I told you we had some kind of academics coming from business. And unfortunately, Dr. Güman Tevfik, as Professor Dr. Güman, doesn't work now with us. He's very experienced, he's coming from glass industry. I think Şişecam, maybe you could hear it's an international giant for glass industry.
You know, there is a factory in Bulgaria.
Yes.
Şişecam to
He worked in the management, executive board of Şişecam. So he easily got all the metadata for his work or for his part at the first one. For the, we had 4 subtitles. One was about glass. The other one was about plastic. Dr. Onur Viga. Wait a second. Before him, Professor Dr. Assist Professor Dr. Ekrem Erdinç Gülbaş. He worked for paper. He had very good connection with the paper associations. So we easily got a lot of data, and we had already this experience. His main area is marketing, but he has also business experience. Yes, as I mentioned, Assist Professor Dr. Şaban Onur Viga. We don't have any pictures, but Şaban Onur Viga is with us. His main area, if I may say, is finance. He has a lot of experience in this area. He has even experience in the London Exchange, as much as I know. So, a lot of experience, and I'm really happy to work with him.
I wish I could say the same thing.
About me, I already mentioned a lot. I work on methyl. Sorry, alarm.
Probably your time is over.
Or I should accelerate maybe.
Accelerate.
Okay. So, second book. Assist Professor Dr. Yasemin Sarıcı. She has also a lot of business experience. She worked at bank, municipality, etc. So has a lot of experience. And again, Professor Dr. Erdinç Gülbaş was also part of the second book. Again, Şaban Onurlu'yla and myself. This time we worked on the disadvantaged people regarding our own circular economy. We discussed or we worked, studied on what are the disadvantages. What about the poor students? What about the digital trends? What about the complexity of circular skills? We work on all about this. And one important thing, Dr. Erdinç Gülbaş worked on that. Replacing study with work. This is very important. Today many universities, not mine still, but many universities try to combine work and study. But sometimes even some universities get so far replacing study with work. So maybe you can have also idea, discussion in your mind about that. So do I have still a little bit time? Professor Zakari?
No.
60 seconds.
Okay, the last book, the last but not least. Again, this time we had Professor Dr. İsmail Dalay also as author. Again, Professor Dr. Yasemin Sarıcı, Vika, and myself. And at this book, again, we work on different subjects. Dr. Yasemin Sarıcı, Professor Dr. Yasemin Sarıcı worked on procedures, law, what's going on in Turkey about the procedures, how we handle this based on law, of course, waste management, etc. And Dr. Vika worked on Istanbul municipality, how they handle it. Because it's a huge, it's like a country, Istanbul municipality. And myself, me, and also Professor Dalay, we worked on new technologies, like new approaches, like Industry 4.0, how we treat waste management. And also I work on the subject of Esenyurt municipality, because it's also for itself a huge municipality, how they treat the waste management. Teşekkürler değerli dostlar. That means thank you very much, very valuable friends. Our presentations throughout Yasemin, Professor Yasemin. Turkish tea is very famous, but if we put Yasemin, Jasmine, to the tea, has another aroma. Thank you very much.
We want to finish?
Thank you.
I'm not here.
So now we are continue with the Romanian presentation, and final one will be from representative of Bristol Studios, Solectu Slavkov, Mr. Solectu Slavkov with the digital content related with our project. Okay. So, can you just in the beginning stay there to make a good picture with the title? Yes. I will be here. Yes. Close to the governor. It's better to be close to the.
It's
outdoor
politics.
Yes.
Okay. Hello everybody. We are the Romanian team. My name is Cătălin Darcu Gabriel, like Professor once before. And we want to share with you not especially our results in this project, but our story, like members of this project, because for us was a very special story. Was our first project, and we worked together. Our first experience, and was something that neither than us have expected at in March last year. We are together for almost 2 years, but we formed a real family now. Was a very interesting experience, and we want to share with you just some little aspects. Okay, I need to change this. Who we are? We are Turkish University of Bucharest. We are a private university with almost 35 years of experience, with 2 faculties, finance and accounting and management marketing. And we are part of the Erasmus program since 2021. Now, this. We have the pleasure to be partnered in this project, and we want to thank to our colleagues from the External Academy for this offer, and especially to Professor Zagariel. We have collaborated before, but this is another level. It's something special for us. Like I said before, for the first project, it was a real story, a real war that we have to win with ourselves to be in this point. Who we are, like members, like team members, our team much bigger than the other. We have 9 researchers: Professor Alexandru Manole, Director of Architects, University of Bucharest; Professor Cristian Barbu, the President of our university; Associate Professor Andrei Guiga, Associate Professor Anca Cuceru, Associate Professor Virginia Cucu, Associate Professor Cristina Protopopescu, Lecturer Veronica Vasile, and Lecturer Ghenadie Ciobanu, and myself. We are the team for the 3 books that we have wrote. And I want to thank to all my colleagues for their contribution in this. Also, we have the administrative team. Our project manager, Professor Alexandru Manole, Maria Popescu, like international secretary, Alina Fetcu, like accountant, and the newest member of our team, Elena Gabriel, like event organizer and special support me. Okay, this is our team. It's the largest. I don't think it's the best one, but we can do better next time. Okay, what we have done, like our colleagues said before, we are a part of the 3 books that have been mentioned here. So I want to show it. In the first book, the Romanian have the chapter 3. distinction and patterns related to teaching circular economy concept to disadvantaged or discouraged students was very difficult to us to find examples in Romania from this field, because like Professor Zaharev said at the beginning of this meeting, Romanians don't have the culture of green economy, so it's very difficult to identify and wrote about something that your country is not applying. But we have found some solution. The second book was the one for the students. Our chapter was the first, challenges of the circular economy, and in the last book, challenges of circular economy in Romania, we tried to identify some good behavior, some companies that apply this type of economy in our country. Was a challenge, but I think in the end it was a good chapter. Okay, to come back to our presentation, we have organized a second workshop in Bucharest in May last year. Also the fifth workshop in Turkish. We have moved from our original city to a green area. And I think it was an interesting experience for everyone.
With the bears in the mountain.
Yes, with birds in the
Walking
mountains.
and then one bear, ooh.
Okay, and the final management meeting in Bucharest, when we had the special occasion to give Professor Andrei Zahariu the title of Professor Honorificus of Artifacts University of Bucharest. It's a pleasure for us to be a member of our academic community. But the most interesting part for us was the dissemination of the results of this project. That picture is from one special event for us, was a presentation that we have for this project in the Romanian Parliament. We have been invited to present our results there, and I think it was an interesting experience for every one of us, especially for our students. Also, we have meetings with partners from other countries. In the top, we have our colleague from Estonia, I think. In the right corner, we have our partners from Italy who came to speak about this project with us. But the most important part for us was to present this project to the child. Students in the left corner and child in the right corner, going to school and speak with children about circular economy was a very interesting experience for us. It's important that the new generation know that it's a possible that this model, this economic model, it's a chance that they have to have a better life than us. Green economy is about sustainability and durability, and that will affect for the child. Unfortunately, we can't put picture with the child, with the reaction of the child. But it's very interesting to see him in this type of event. This is GDPR, we don't have the right to use that photo. So, but in the end, we all want to say something. After all this work in 2 years, after all this material that have been published, we think that the main success of this project was building a team, building a family with our friends from Bulgaria, Turkey, and Serbia. And we hope that we can meet again, work again in many projects, at least as the number of directors of FNU in the last 2 years. And we hope to see you all from many occasions from now on, and why not to become the largest family in the future. Thank you. Thank you very much, and good luck to all.
Thank you, Mr. Catalina, for this good presentation. Indeed, something that I didn't mention, starting this project, Svichtov University and this university were, let's say, with a big experience. Because Erasmus, traditionally, everybody accepts as mobility. Teachers or students to go for a certain period abroad. Short or, let's say, similar to the semester. But for the partners from two private universities in Istanbul as Europe, and from architects, this was the first project in so-called K2. So these are activities that should be produced intellectual output. Not only to go on to see, to share experience, to make a team, to distribute tasks. And for us, with Maya and friends from Serbia, from my position as University of Bulgaria with one of the highest results in application of Erasmus, was also a mission to share our experience. Because project management is not so easy task, especially under the rules of the European Union, especially of this enlarging program, because in the new European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen is continuing to push to enlarge this program, because this is a program of building friendship, building network, creating added value among the universities and institutions. Thank you very much for this good evaluation of my personal efforts, especially for Professor Kudryfikus after achieving years ago in Ukraine before the war from Donetsk State University. Dr. Kudryfikus was something that really motivated me, that all my efforts were with a good final. And especially now, how I mentioned, this will be the first project under the observation and supervision of Bulgarian National Center of Human Resources Development, that we will have an output in 5 languages with these 3 books, which mean 15 unique ISBN. ISBN is the code of authorship. Never had. And thank you for using English language as a core point and translating in the national languages. Really to have such a, for everybody of us, this is a story that never happened. Even for me, I have a lot of publication, but Bojan Krstić, full professor, is with more than 400, for example. I am only with 260. So, Serbians are really